My name is Autumn. For the show prep grooming video, I will be demonstrating braiding. A couple tools that I like to use for braiding. One is Cowboy Magic, but you can use any detangler. A comb, and I have a little wet brush, but really any brush will do. Some rubber bands, and you want them to be generally as close to the color of your horse's mane as possible. My horse kind of has a black mane, so I use black ones. And then I honestly don't know what this is called, but it is a little hook, and it has a little latch, and this is so that with the mane braids you can loop it, run it through to roll it up to make the ball. This is braiding for like a hunter jumper discipline. So first step, if your horse's mane isn't already brushed out, go ahead and do that. You want it to be tangle free. You also want it all to one side. My horse's mane likes to go on both sides for braiding purposes. You want it all on one side. Ideally, you would have a bath beforehand too. It is very cold, so we're not doing a bath today. Alright, step 2, I'm going to use a detangler and a comb. You could use the comb to brush out the hair too. Really just your preference. I like to apply a generous amount all the way along in there. I just do it to the top, and then I'll comb it through. And then as I comb, it'll go down through all of the hair. And this just makes it very sleek and a lot easier to braid. It kind of wets it a little bit. I don't know if wet is the right term, but it's kind of like a wet look. And it makes it much easier to braid. You're going to want a lot of pockets because you only have 2 hands and you need multiple tools. The little rubber bands, I like to just put around my finger, just a handful of them, just so they're easy to get to. It makes it go a little bit quicker. So the forelock would be its own braid. You would braid it down like a normal braid and you'll roll it up. For the mane, after it's all nice and detangled, you want even sections. I'm just going to do a quick one down here just to demonstrate. But you essentially just do a normal braid. At this point too, this is where you would trim the hair. Typically, at least with hunter jumpers, it's a pretty short mane that you braid. Thank you, buddy. I'm not going to trim today. But you'll get the same idea. So I usually do a section about that wide, and then you want a nice tight braid. You can also use yarn. You don't have to use bands. I prefer bands. That's all just preference. And you would braid it down, I don't know, about that far, maybe a little shorter. Band it or tie it with yarn. All of this extra wouldn't be here. This would be cut off. Typically, you wouldn't have all this extra. It would be, you would braid it all the way down. His hair is longer. We're not showing. So you take your little hook tool. You want it open. You put it through the top. And then you would hook the band into it. you close the little latch and you pull it through like this. And then you would either band or tie it again. Again, this stuff wouldn't be here. So you would take another band, or if you had yarn, you would have a tail of the yarn and tie it again. Or you can take another band and you would just band it kind of flat like that. Put it through, you would like push it down and you would band it flat. And it's supposed to sit in a nice little ball up here. Stop. You don't have to braid the tail. I know a lot of shows don't require it. However, if you do braid the tail, the mane also has to be braided. And of course, it's very dangerous to stand behind a horse. Unfortunately, I don't know a better way to braid other than stand behind your horse. Obviously, if you're going to want to trust the horse, I wouldn't just go braiding random horses' tails. You want to make sure that they know you're back here. And you want to start at the top. And this is more of a French braid. So you take 3 sections. They're going to be small, of course, because the hair up top is usually shorter than the longest part of the tail. And I start braiding. As you go, you take sections from the side to add to it. And you want to make it as small and tight as you can. And as you go, you get the longer pieces of hair, which makes the braid continue. And you'll braid from the top all the way down. You want to feel to where the tailbone ends, and that is where you would stop your braid. And then some people take the remaining part and they roll it up. Some people would just let it loose to blend in with the rest of the tail. But so the braid would go from the top to the end of its tailbone, which is right here.